Welcome to the Broadcast and Media Services Quarterly Update. I am Veronica Hart, Head of Communication, and will be your host. Let's see what we are going to talk about today. How we performed during the year, brand strategy, and events for next year, as well as employee engagement. Let me please introduce you to our speakers. Torsten Sauer, Head of Broadcast and Media Services. Stella Medlicott, Head of Marketing and Communications. Elena Galkina, Head of Human Resources. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Torsten, we will start with you. We are a few weeks away from ending the year. How would you summarize 2014?
Asking me in the mid of December, I think it's always a great opportunity to pause and reflect. And I think there are always things that I think we've done really well in 2014. And I think we need to learn and improve. Overall, I'm really proud. I'm proud of 2014. I'm proud to be part of this team because I think we've achieved a lot. So, let's look at the first big item on our agenda for 2014, and that was really closing the Redby acquisition. Until the first quarter, I think we were still in the midst of the Competition Commission, and I think it was a very cruelsome process and a very tiresome process for many of us. And I think at times it was not really clear which way this would develop. So I think that makes me even more proud that actually we went through this process, got an unconditional clearance, and I think could welcome the new colleagues in May. So I think that is fantastic. As part of this process, I think it got us very close to our customers. One highlight in this process was really that we renewed the ITV contract for a period of 10 years. But I think more than that, I think we're now part of a very large new entity, Ericsson Broadcast and Media Services. I think we have 2,500 employees in 8 different countries. We are clearly the world leader when it comes to complex playout solutions. We are a leading provider of access services, of content discovery services, and of creative services. I think we've just become much more relevant to our customers with this offering.
Anything you would like to highlight on each service area?
If we start with playout and media management, I think 2014 was really, a really amazing year when you look at Finland. I think we extended our reach, we extended in the Scandinavian market with another operational hub and brought in a high-profile channel like MTV3 and a team of people that will support our entire Scandinavian operation, which I think is very exciting. And I think that has actually manifested our leadership in the Scandinavian market, which is also rewarded by additional business that we got from Fox. Obviously, France. Media Dome was a fantastic achievement. If you look at the pictures of the building, October last year to now, I think it's just amazing what the team in France has achieved, launching this new broadcast center, really state-of-the-art, highly thought-through workflows, with a very, very important customer, Canal, co-hosting in the same building. And I think for them, we launched a real plethora of exciting services. The African channel, but also some innovation on our side, a lot of Barca channels, which I think is very, very exciting. And then, of course, I think we have a very strong position in the UK market following the acquisition of Redby Media. And I'm really keen to talk more, but I wait a little bit before I tell you the very good momentum that we see for Ericsson, in the UK market when it comes to playout and media management. So you have to stay tuned for that. Access services then, I think the team has done an enormous job to basically reinvent the way that they perform and deliver access services. A lot of investment went into this Subito platform. It was launched then for the BBC and providing the service for the BBC at the beginning of the year. Fantastic results in terms of quality that we are achieving. And now we're looking at bringing those new platforms into the different markets where we provide services. We already see the positive effects of that. We won additional volume business in France and signed up new customers in Spain. We want to continue to do that. And we're very excited that we will probably add another country, or not probably, we will add another country to our access services business, and we will open up an office in the US. Content discovery, very, very exciting area of the business. I think we have two parts to the business, the broadcaster web part, where we provide and create metadata for the BBC and ITV. Here we are in constant dialogue to extend these services. But I think even more important for us, I mean, when you look at the global picture, it's really our business with the platforms. Here we have achieved good results with Samsung, where we extended the countries that we cover for Samsung. We're now clearly the leading provider for Samsung in the European market. And I think we've extended our relationship with Liberty Global to the VOD segment. And that is extremely important for us. So very exciting here. Last but not least, creative. I think for creative, 2014 was a transformational year. Unfortunately, we got the not so good news back in the summertime about the BBC that did really clearly state that they really appreciate the services, but for strategic reasons, they decided that they wanted to bring those services in-house. This will not happen before early 2016, but of course not really the result that we wanted. But it really highlights, and I feel very proud that there's a lot of creative talent in this business, and we just have to reinvent ourselves a little bit. But there's so much creative potential there, and I think we see so much momentum in the areas of brand identity, in the area of content marketing, that makes me really proud and very confident going forward. And that confirmation also came from Promax, who basically awarded Red Bee Creative for the third year, to be the agency, the media agency of the year, which I don't know whether this has happened before. So I think it's very exciting, and I think a good confirmation from the market about the creative talent.
Thank you. You have now heard about the Media Dome, which is actually our new office in Paris, France. Let's watch together a video from the official inauguration.
As part of the Swedish state visit to France, Ericsson inaugurated on December the 3rd in Boulogne-Billancourt near Paris, the Media Dome, which is a new site for broadcast and media services in France.
Alors Ericsson se développe en France et investit, et on va continuer à croître.
Today we're at a place where the paths of business and culture meet. This facility is important for the distribution of culture and experience to people's living rooms across the city and across the land. Both Sweden and France have a long history in the area of telecom. And today I have the honor of inaugurate the Ericsson Broadcast Service headquarters.
Today, we stand here in front of our new facility, Media Dome, and one of our key customers in this facility is Canal+. Much has happened in those 7 years. We as a company have invested significantly in broadcast and media services. We've acquired and we've developed this business organically. Today, we're one of the largest providers of broadcast and media services in the world.
C'est avec fierté, et notamment vis-à-vis des équipes qui ont réalisé le site, et un petit peu d'émotion, je ne vous cache pas, que je partage cet instant avec vous. Le passage de Saint-Cloud à Boulogne a été pour nous une nouvelle naissance. En fait, on est ici dans le Media Dome qui abrite nos activités et qui fait partie des centres de TV les plus modernes d'Europe.
It's very interesting to be chairman of a very dynamic company as Ericsson, and we are here today to inaugurate a big investment and a very important investment here in France. So what we see here now is actually a company with good tradition, good strength, but able to innovate and really make dramatic investments in the digitalization of Europe.
On croit beaucoup au numérique dans notre ville. Les emplois du numérique et de la télévision représentent 40% de notre territoire. C'est considérable et on en est très fiers.
Je suis très honoré d'être présent parmi vous au nom d'Axel Lemaire et je voudrais vraiment remercier chaleureusement Ericsson pour son choix et son engagement. La Suède et la France partagent un certain nombre de grandes valeurs. La première valeur, c'est l'ouverture. Les investisseurs, les talents étrangers, les entreprises étrangères sont les bienvenus en France.
After the speeches and the traditional ribbon-cutting ceremony, the guests visited this broadcast and media center, one of the most advanced in Europe. It currently manages production, post-production and distribution of 30 television channels, as well as non-linear on-demand services. Ericsson's ambitions for the development of this activity are strong, with the ability to double the site activity in order to accompany publishers and broadcasters in their overall media offering in France and worldwide. The opening ceremony gathered nearly 120 people in total, among them CTO and general management of large French media groups, top executives from company part of the Swedish delegation, like Ericsson shareholders, as well as journalists.
Hope you enjoyed the video. It was a fantastic event with excellent participation from customers, journalists, and distinguished officials. Now, let's find out more about our brand strategy and talk to Stella Medlicott, Head of Marketing and Communications.
Hi.
Hi, Stella. Torsten just mentioned 2014 was marked by Red Bee Media acquisition, and of course the brand integration plays a big part. What can you tell us about it?
Okay, so Red Bee Media has now been part of Ericsson since May, as you know, and during that time we've been going through a period of endorsement branding. And what that means is we've been communicating that Red Bee Media is now a part of Ericsson. During this time, we've done some research into the market and with our customers, and we've also been through a series of consultations across the Ericsson business. And we've now got our recommendations moving forward. So for Red Bee Media, and that consists of the Playout, Media Management, Access Services, Creative and Piero portfolio, we will now start to migrate the Red Bee Media brand into Ericsson as of January 2015. However, for Red Bee Creative, what we have decided and agreed on is that we will retain the Red Bee brand for a further 24 months and consider our options thereafter. So what this means from an employee point of view is that as of January, we'll be moving to all of the IT systems of Ericsson, which will be fantastic because we'll then be able to get access to all of the brand portal and all of the information that is available there. So things such as email signatures, PowerPoint templates, and everything that we need to produce will be set and ready to go. And what this also means is that all letterheads and stationery will also be available to use. The other piece of work that we're doing is we're migrating the website. And what we're going to do with the website is Red Bee Creative will retain their own microsite, but for the rest of Red Bee, we'll be merging that with the Ericsson Broadcast and Media Services portfolio. So we'll have the entire portfolio, it will be all Ericsson branded, and it will cover all of the offices as well. So we'll have everything together in one single place.
And our brand, where we will see it next year?
Okay, so obviously a really important thing is that we are seen and that we get Ericsson Broadcast and Media Services known in the market as leaders in the industry. And this has come through from a lot of the research that we've done in the customer sat survey that's been done as well. So what we're planning to do is a whole series of events that will run throughout the year. We'll be pushing the brand and our portfolio out to the market. So it starts in January with CES. So we are attending CES, we have our content discovery portfolio there, and we also have our OTT portfolio there. In March, we're at Mobile World Congress, and the great thing about Mobile World Congress is we are providing live subtitles for the whole conference that's running alongside the show, and that will all be Ericsson branded as well. And we'll be showcasing the Access Services team who are doing the live subtitling on the Ericsson booth as well. And then in April, we have NAB in Las Vegas, and in NAB, we'll be showing the entire range of our portfolio of services, so everything will be available that we'll be promoting. And then as of May, what we'll be looking to do is create some customer innovation days. So this is something that we've done in the UK and had really, really positive feedback from. And this is us sharing with our customers and our prospects some of the innovations that we're doing in the industry. Because in the last 12 months, it's been something that we haven't promoted enough. And we do need to start doing this more now. So we're running a series of events in all the countries where we have offices so that we can invite customers and prospects to come and hear about the portfolio, about the extended portfolio and all the work that we're doing there. Then we have IBC in September in Amsterdam, where again we'll be putting the whole portfolio out there. We'll have MIPCOM in October as well. And then we'll also be doing another series of customer innovation days throughout all of the different locations again. And this time we'll be using the Consumer Lab research because we're now sponsoring Consumer Lab. We're going to get questions in there that are relevant for our customers. We'll be making sure that we're promoting that out to our customer base as well.
Thank you, Stella.
Thank you.
It looks like 2015 is going to be a really busy year, and motivated employees play a really important role. Let's invite Elena Galkina, Head of Human Resources, to tell us more about employee engagement.
Thank you, Veronica. As Torsten mentioned, employee engagement is very high on the agenda, and it will be one of our key priorities in 2015. We are in a people business, so having engaged and motivated employees is as important as having satisfied customers. So 2014 was the first year when our organization participated in the global dialogue and Your Voice surveys. And I would like to thank everyone for participating. We received 70% of respondents, and I'm very happy that we have a result that we can work with and start to improve our organization. And in 2015, we will be able to invite our new colleagues who joined from Red Bee Media and also the team supporting MTV in Finland. So the main dialogue highlights. Employee Engagement Index is a main index which we use for benchmarking with different other units in Ericsson, internally and also externally. Employee Engagement Index shows how motivated our employees are to deliver on our strategy and to perform our operational goals. And our Employee Engagement Index is at the rate of 55%. Performance Excellence Index is another main indicator, and we are at the rate of 50%. And Leadership Index is the third most important element, and we are at the rate of 59%. If you look at the overview of all the indices, you can see that all your responses are combined into 19 dimensions, and here you can see how the overall result looks like. We also received more than 300 open comments, and thanks again for providing all of that in all the languages where we are present. I read all your comments, and it gives even more valuable insights than answering the questionnaire. It puts very high requirements on us in the leadership team and all leaders to work with the result and to act on your feedback.
Thank you. And very specifically, how will we work with the results?
Yeah, there are 3 phases that we use when we work with dialogue results, and the first is to understand the result. We received the results in November, and the entire month of November was spent on analyzing and understanding the results. In December, we communicate the result. We share it with all employees at all levels, at the overall broadcast and media services, as well as the local unit level where you belong to. And the third, the most important phase is when we act, when we identify the focus areas and we start driving actions to improve our organization. This is what we are going to do in the leadership team. This week, actually, we will have a workshop to analyze the results and to define our focus areas that will be applicable for the entire organization in 2015. Then, of course, it's an ongoing yearly cycle. We never stop working with results. We always try to improve to make us even better organization.
Thank you, Elena. Before we end today's webcast, I would like to give the mic to Torsten for some closing comments.
And I'll try to be brief and crisp. 2014 was the year of the foundation. We've invested in the business through the acquisition, but also through CapEx investments, and we prepared ourselves in the integration. 2015 is a year of strategy execution. And I think you will not be surprised to know that, we will grow. Our ambition is to grow the business, to grow the revenue, and to improve the profitability of the business. But there are 2 key areas that I just would like to highlight. And it comes down to what we do with our customers. That's number 1. We have to be very close to our customers. We have to continue to provide an excellent service, but also be seen as a thought leader, as a customer that they want to give more business to. So customer satisfaction, extremely important. And number 2, employee activation. We will not be successful in this business if our employees are not sharing our vision and are with us on this journey. So we will do, as Elena already alluded to, a lot to explain our vision and to increase the motivation of our employees. So those are the 2 important things. And I'd like to hand the floor over to some of our colleagues from the leadership team, our newly formed leadership team. Many of them have expressed their ideas about 2015. So let's have a look.
Looking into 2015 and making sure we've just gotten the target, so making sure that the forecast we put in place for the numbers are spread out across the organization. Also getting to know our customer base. Some I know, some I don't. That's going to be also part of the business track.
In 2015 we have a really stretching set of targets thanks to Torsten and Marcus. So we need to continue to drive our revenue growth in our content marketing business with non-media brands. We need to really explore the opportunities we have with existing Ericsson customers like network operators, particularly in our world of user interface design. And the other thing in 2015 we need to achieve is to manage the transition of the BBC contract, which we sadly lost earlier this year, and we need to just make sure that we run that process and look after everyone during that process.
There's a lot of technology change going on right across the broadcast industry right now. So we're moving from hardware-based products to software-based services. We're moving from something called baseband SDI transport to IP. It's an interesting time to be developing new services because of that. So we're able to innovate to bring lower cost services to our customers, to be able to provide greater scale and more efficiency to the services that we offer, and to support different commercial models.
We need to realize synergies, and we need to challenge all cost levels on all areas, and we need to take out costs. So that will be a major focus area for 2015.
So there's opportunity for us to do what we do in many other parts of the world, particularly in North America and Latin America, but in other places as well.
A successful integration is one that actually gets people from companies, from both companies, engaged, and they have the right mindset. It's about a year time frame, and it's really to look at the existing processes and ways of working from the incoming company, in this case Redby, and it's to map them onto the existing Ericsson processes. Some will be existing, some will support the global growth, some we already have and we know that they work, and some of those processes that we take from Redby Media mapping on top of Ericsson simply won't fit in.
Yeah, so the top priorities for 2015 is really to make sure that our customer units hit the numbers, to make sure that we fill the pipeline, get the add-on sales of the existing customers, as well as selling into new customers. The second thing is really to be able to continue to provide the very good services that we do on an operational basis every day. And thirdly, it's growth in new markets and also growth in new portfolios such as OTT and media management.
Before we come to the end of this webcast, I really would like to take the opportunity, and I know I speak for Elena and Stella and Veronica, for the rest of the leadership team, as well as many of our leaders. I really would like to thank all of you for the hard work that you've done in 2014. And I know while we go on Christmas break, many of us, I think many of us will be actually providing a great service to our customers through the festive season. And I would like to thank you for that. And let's all come back rejuvenated for a great 2015. Thank you.
Thank you. In today's webcast, we covered 2014 and our performance, the brand strategy and the events we are going to be present at in 2015, as well as the employee engagement. Thank you all for being here and for watching.